Hey everybody, this video is on reverse percentages. It's an introduction to the topic and how to do these questions without a calculator. The next video will look at calculator methods for this. So let's get started with an example. So a kettle is reduced by 20% in a sale. The sale price is £160. Miss Carroll thinks that the original price was 192 because 20% of 160 is 32, and if you add that 32 back, you get 192. The question is Miss Carroll correct? Let's find out. Let's use the representation of the double number line to check this. Now, when you have a 20% discount on something, that's telling you that you are paying 80%. So 80% is equivalent to £160 because that's the sale price. So we're going to just add percent here and pound or cost at the top. Now that's the sale price. We want to work out the original price. The original price is 100%. So let's go down and maybe work out 10% first and see what we find out. So if we divide by 8, we get 10, and 160 divided by 8. So that's going to give you 20. If we go up now from 8 to 100, we're going to multiply by 10, and we're going to multiply 20 by 10. So 20 times 10 is 200. So actually, the original price of the kettle, very fancy kettle, bougie kettle, is £200, not 192. Now, you'll see why this isn't true is because Miss Carroll has worked out 20% of the discounted price of 160. What she should have done is worked out 20% of the original price, but we don't know the original price here, so we have to work that out first. This is called reverse percentages, and it's when we're given a value after a change and we have to work backwards to find the original amount. So I'm going to show you the same question just using the table method. If you want to use the table method, you could do that as well. So the way you'd start this off is, you know that 80% is equivalent to 160, and then from there we're using the same numbers as before. So 10% is 20, 100% is 200 pounds. So we know that this is in pounds, and that we can find out the original amount. So here's another way of just showing you working out. You can use either of these. Let's do a second example here. So a TV is reduced by 25% in a sale. The sale price is 225. Copy and complete this diagram. There's only 2 blanks you can fill out here. We don't know the original price. Okay, I'm going to show you the answer now. So hopefully you figured out that 25% discount, that means taking away 25%. We are going to be ending up with 75%, and that 75% is 225. And from there, we can work out other percentages and go back up to 100. Have a go with filling in the blanks for this. You shouldn't need to calculate anything, you're just filling in the numbers. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go here. Now, we know the original price we still don't know, we haven't worked that out. If the reduction is 60%, so let's say minus 60% here, that means that we are left with 40%, and that discount price is 440. So that should have been an arrow here. It's not very clear, so I'll just make that a bit clearer. Okay, and then from there we can work out the original price. Let's do that this time. So let's work out what the original price is. Well, if 40% is 440, we can work out 10% by dividing by 4. Now, these arrows where I show I'm dividing by 4, you don't always have to do them. I'm doing them because I'm explaining it. So 440 divided by 4, that's going to give you 110. And then we're going to multiply by 10 to get to 100%. So 110 times 10 is 1,100 pounds for a sofa. Okay, so spot the mistake with this. So here's a diagram that's been filled out. Do you spot what's happened? Pause the video if you need more time. Okay, let me go through this now. So a 45% decrease means that we are left with 55%, so that's correct. The sale price is 132, so actually this should be 132, not that. So we need to move that down there. The original price we can work out. Here's another spot the mistake. What's wrong with this diagram? Okay, so pause the video if you need more time. The reduction is 60%, so that means we're going down by 60%. Now 100% take away 60% is not 60, it's going to be 40%. So this error, and we know sale price is 50, this error along with this previous page, those two are the most common mistakes we see with reverse percentages, so just be careful with that. Remember, a reduction of 60% means you're paying 40%. Make sure you label your diagram carefully, and then from here you can work out other things, including the original price. So let's do an example here. An electric drill is reduced by 60%. So that means we are left with 40% to pay, and that sale price is £100. So what we need to work out is 100%. So how can we get to 100%? Well, it depends on the numbers we've been given. These are quite nice numbers. So let's work out 10% first. So divide by 4. And we're going to do the same thing here. That's £25. And then actually we can go straight to 100 in one step. So here we're going to get times 10 times 10 is 250. So the price is £250. We could have used the double number line as well for that. I'm not going to do it on this example. Here's some working out for you if you do decide to use the double number line. Alright, next question. A sofa is reduced by 70% in a sale. The sale price is £240. What's the original price? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, my turn. Let's go if you need more time. Pause again. So 70, so we know that 100% is the original price. The sale price is £240, and that's a 70% reduction, so minus 70%. So you go from 100 down to 30%. It's a big discount. So that sale price is £240. Now again, it's just about common sense with numbers here. 30 doesn't go into 100, so instead we're going to go down to 10%. It's usually a friendly one to do. So we're going to divide by 3. Divide by 3. And that's going to give you 80. And then we're going to go up to 100. So multiply by 10. Multiply by 10. So that will give us 80 times 10 is 800. £800. That was the original price of the sofa. Okay, one more example. have a go here, pause the video. Okay, so this time around you could have used the double number line or the table method. I'm going to be using the double number line in this case, just as an example. So 100% we don't know. If we're going down by 20%, then we're left with 80%. And there are now 1,200 students at 80%. So from here, again, it makes sense to go down to 10%. In other questions, it might be other percentages that work out nicely, but 10% works out here again. So we're going to divide by 8. We're going to divide by 8. So 1,200 divided by 8, you're going to get 150. So you would work that out on the side somewhere. And then we're going to go up to 100. So times 10. Times 10, so that will give you 1,500. That's your answer, 1,500. Now this says how many students were there before numbers drop, so that's your 1,500. Okay, so have a go with this question here. Pause the video and I'm going to show you how to do it now. Okay, so a service charge of 10% is added. Now you may have missed that. So far we've been looking at decreases. Now this is an increase. A 10% charge is added to a bill. After the service charge, the bill is £22. So this is telling us we have 100% plus 10%, which gives us 110%. So 110% is equal to £22. Or if we're using this, 110% is equal to £22. So we need to work out the original cost. So what we're working out is 100%. Now I'll put this down here temporarily, but in this diagram we've already got it labeled. Now to go from 110 to 100, not as easy, so let's go down to 10% again, as we normally do. So divide by 10, divide by 11, and we're going to divide by 11. So again, the numbers are quite nice, and we're going to look at calculator method for harder numbers. So 22 divided by 11 is 2, so 10% is 2, and then we can go, let's write that on this as well. So 10% is £2, and then straight to 100%. We're going to multiply by 10, multiply by 10, so that's going to give you £20. Okay, so again here you would have multiplied by 10 times 10. Okay, so the original cost was £20. Okay, let's do one more question before you do an exercise. Okay, so pause the video and have a go. So this is again an added question. I'm going to go through the answer in 3, 2, 1. So 20% is added, so we're paying 120% of the original price, which we don't know. What we are paying is 70. Oh, no, I misread the question. The cost of the item before tax is 70. So actually, that's the original price. That's all we need to do here. It doesn't ask you to work out the new price. All right. This question is optional. If you want to go straight to the exercise, just skip ahead very slightly in the video. Otherwise, another chance for you to practice with an explanation. Pause the video and have a go, or skip ahead slightly. Okay, so from here, let's work through it. The number of computers in the school is increased by 40%. So you have your original number of computers, and then you increase it by 40%, so you have 140% now. There are now 280 computers. How many were there last year? So what we didn't want to do is work out the original amount here. So let's see what numbers could work. Again, maybe going down to 10% would work here. So we could divide by 14. We could do the same thing here. So 280 divided by 14 is going to give you 20. So we're going to write that here. And then we're going to go straight up to 100. So times 10 times 10. So 20 times 10 is 200. So originally you had 200 computers. A 40% increase is 280. There's our answer. So original, last year there were 200 computers. Okay, now let's do some independent work. Read these questions, pause the video. The answers will appear in 3, 2, 1. Here are the answers. You can self-check. That is reverse percentages without a calculator. The next video is going to be reverse percentages with a calculator. So questions, the numbers are slightly less friendly. Okay, hit subscribe, smash the like button. I'll see you in the next video.